Hey beauties, good evening to you beautiful people. Let me tell you something, beautiful people. You see all of this unnecessary wars and fightings and discord, disunity, disharmony, and just not living in togetherness. I'm telling you, in the long run, you're going to realize that it makes no sense and you're just adding more fuel to the regret tree. Now, I don't know if it was today. I think it's somewhere in the rural area, maybe in the Kingston metropolitan area. The organist that they normally use at a particular church, he was playing at a funeral. During his playing, I don't know if he fell ill, but they realized maybe they probably hear a banging on the piano or whatever it is. And when you look, he fell ill and died. He fell ill and died. The organist. I said to myself, these days life is just strange. You see somebody just now and then moments later you do not see them again. I'm sure the man had no clue, had no idea that this would have happened. And I'm sure, imagine you're going to a funeral and watching somebody else dying at the funeral. This is crazy. I mean, they were speaking with two women, older women, who said they just, the funeral service is going on, he's playing the organ, and then suddenly they realize a crowd is rushing up there because maybe they hear something or they see him fall over, topple over, or whatever it is. I don't know if he had a heart attack or some embolism, some blood vessel burst in the head or whatever it is, or it just could be a stroke, it could be anything, or just his time. Sometimes we attribute these things to illness and diseases, and it may not be. It's just his time. You can't tell when the death angel come in, say, oh, at the wrong time, somebody I want funeral. Probably it's a perfect place. And I'm not saying this very mildly or casually. I'm saying it as a reality, because how we live, people are living like they're going to be on planet Earth for the rest of their lives. You see it? They treat people poorly. They say all manner of evil. They do all manner of evil. And look at that man. The man who went to a funeral to celebrate the life of somebody who passed on and in his life. So they're going to have another funeral for this man. They're going to have another funeral for this. So it's a double mourning. That's an unfortunate situation. I've never heard anything like this before. What I've heard of is a woman who went to, like, for example, let's just say the funeral was on Saturday. She went to the funeral on Saturday. On Sunday, she died. I've heard of situations like that, but not directly at the funeral service. Wow, I don't believe this. And I'm not saying this not being cognizant of God. And God still rules, he still reigns. I see this every day. He still rules and he still reigns. Nobody can take, I don't even want to use the word scepter. No one can take his glory. No one can take his shine. No one can take his honor. No one can take his praise. No one just can take his omnipotence, his omniscience, his omnipresence. He's the Alpha, he's the Omega, he's the beginning, he's the end, he's the first, he's the last. He's a conquering Lion of the tribe of Judah, and you just cannot take none of his glory from him. He still rules and he still reigns. The earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof, and they that dwell therein. So he owns everybody. He owns us all. He owns everything. My God. You go to a funeral and you end up not leaving the funeral alive and well. They will have to put you 6'6" in short order. So beautiful people, I encourage you, because you have some people out there who deliberately hate on people. They don't want to get fixed, but God will go fix your business. Maybe a situation like that may catch you. Some of you, when you think is, they have a song that I used to sing when I was in a particular group. Chicken Mary, hark the near. Chicken Mary, hark the near. So you can stay there, and go on the most way, treat people bad, do all manner of evil. I guarantee you that man, he's not aware of his death, but I'm sure that he never thought that anything would have happened to him. went to the funeral as per usual because he seemed to be the resident organist, and died. And died. So you need to make a calling and election sure, because you don't know when your number is going to call. None of us know when our number is going to call. It's a privilege and an honor when you get up every day. When you wake up, you say, wow, I'm alive. I am make it through. I go through another day. I am going to follow what the Bible says. Live every day as if though it is my last. I'm going to endeavor. It's not easy. And two, to be at peace as much as possible with people. It's not easy to forgive. It is not, but I have to do it, because the reality is I have done things to hurt God. I'm sure his heart has bled because, and I don't mean only physically, when Jesus died on the cross for us. I'm talking the pain that we cause him when we don't listen to him, when we are rebellious and we go our own way. And he forgives us when he, sometimes without you even asking. He does it because he understands and he knows our hearts. So it doesn't matter. We have done whatever human being has done to you, you've done double to God. Twice or thrice, which is 3 times. We have to do it, people, because many people are having regrets today. Many people are having regrets today. Died at the funeral, by God. Went to the funeral, playing at the front, in the middle of his playing. Fell. I don't know if he fell ill or just the death angel just said time. I don't know. I don't hear anything about anything. I don't know. People only feel that people can only die through, as I say, being killed, car accident or some sort of illness. Natural way is still very much relevant and present. Still very much relevant and present. You understand me? So you better understand. Anyway, you guys know what to do. Read TikTok, YouTube. Have a fantastic evening.